Gizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. And Young Dolph, you are the topic of discussion, my G. Young Dolph, you are the topic of discussion, my G. So let's get right into it. Now listen, just like Nip Hustle, I'm going to speak on Young Dolph if it's popular or not. Because what happened to Young Dolph was catastrophic when it comes to the industry. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when Young Dolph died, you seen everybody talking about him. Everybody made a lot of money. They got a lot of likes and a lot of subs off of Young Dolph's name. But look in their titles right now. Look around. Look in their titles right now, and you won't see Young Dolph in near one of them. You understand what I'm saying? The people forget too quick. Let me say that again. The people forget too quick, and that's just because we've been conditioned to. You feel what I'm saying? Now, like I said, man, I'm speaking on Young Dolph. You know, the 100 millionaire Young Dolph, the real estate mogul Young Dolph that wanted half of Empire Records. Remember, he called in to Ghazi. You understand what I'm saying? He made some suggestions, and soon after that, he was murdered. Is that a coincidence? You already know how I do. I don't believe anything falls under coincidence. I don't believe anything on this land and on this earth falls under coincidence. You feel what I'm saying? It started getting hot. And it's a whole planned out scheme and a whole play that was ran. You understand? To cash in on a big dog like Young Dolph. You got to know they cashed in. Oh, big check. And we going to get into that. You understand what I'm saying? We going to get deep into that. Now, you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles. We coming from multiple different angles. And that segues me into my first angle. And that's the whole situation with Soulja Boy and Young Dolph. Now, we all saw it live in real time. Soulja Boy goes on, you know, the Breakfast Club. He's chopping it up with Angela Yee, you know what I'm saying, DJ Envy and all that. And he's explaining why he's beefing with Young Dolph. And he says out his own mouth, you know, Young Dolph is acting like he's independent. He's playing like he's independent, and the whole time he's getting marketing dollars to put those billboards up. That's where the problem comes in at. Soulja Boy didn't like the fact that Young Dolph was, you know, portraying himself to be an independent artist to the masses. He was persuading the masses. You understand? And he was leaning on the independence. And come to find out, he was locked in with Empire Records for his distribution. And, you know, they give him such beautiful deals at Empire Records. Empire Records, you know, they take chances on people. Yeah, it's getting deep. So, you know, once Soulja Boy said that to the world, everybody was looking at Young Dolph sideways, just a smidget. Just a little bit like, whoa, we thought you was independent. Whoa, we didn't know that you was locked in with these people and those people. We didn't know you was locked in with the higher-ups and the elites. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm just refreshing your memory because, like I said, you know, the people forget too quick. Once they take you out, you become a memory. You become a t-shirt. You become a meme. And after a month, people have moved on. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, Soulja Boy tried to expose Young Dolph. He felt like he needed to expose what was really going on because he was best friends with Ghazi. You know, Soulja Boy's intertwined with the higher-ups and elites as well. You got to know it's a reason why he's being pushed, and that nonsense has been being pushed from him for years. But that's a whole nother video. You feel what I'm saying? He's best friends with Ghazi. You understand what I'm saying? He's best friends with Ghazi. And because Dolph was so beneath Ghazi, because Dolph was nowhere near anything but a worker for Ghazi, Soulja Boy simply said, hey, I'm going to expose him. I'm going to tell the masses what he really does and how he's really getting it. You understand? And it started to get deep. It started to get wicked. And it's always deeper than rap. always deeper than rap. Now, you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and that segues me into my second angle. And that's the phone call that young Dolph made to Ghazi. That's the phone call that young Dolph made to Ghazi soon after the Breakfast Club interview with Soulja Boy was aired. Now, you got to know, everybody's looking at Dolph a little bit sideways from the things that Soulja Boy said and literally wanted answers. Soon enough, he was going to have to answer to that. Are you independent or not, my G? Because, you've been saying that you independent this whole time, and we rocking with you. We locked in with you. So Dolph, being a chess player, he was just like Nip Hussle. Two kings on the chessboard of life. And he was making his moves. You understand what I'm saying? And he made an amazing move, but he didn't think the big picture. He's been intertwined and doing business with the higher ups and the elites for so long. He thought that they was really friends. He thought that they was really cool. And he made the phone call to Ghazi. Yeah, he made a phone call to Ghazi. And he said, listen, Ghazi, I'm not independent. And your boy Soulja Boy is exposing, he's telling my business, and we need to fix that. And Ghazi's like, how do you suggest we handle this, Dolph, Mr. Thornton? And guess what Dolph tells Ghazi? I want half of Empire Records. I no longer want to work under you. I want to at least be a partner. I could buy you out, or I could just go half. You understand? Now, this is what you got to understand. This is what you got to put into your brain. The higher ups and the elites, Ghazi and all of his friends up there, they looking at Dolph like, go half, buy out. Where are you getting all this money from? Where did you get this money? We need 100 and something M. We need 125 million for you to go half. And, Dolph looks at him and says, I got that. And it shocks him. It shocks them to find out that Dolph is 100 millionaire right under their nose. Because Dolph was smart enough to invest in real estate. His real estate portfolio was out of this world. The houses he left his family was out of this world. He got hundreds of homes all over Memphis. And he's doing other things too as well, making other deals that they don't have their hands in. And once he made that phone call, because, it was an impulsive phone call. He was being exposed. And, we don't like being exposed. We don't like people talking down on us. So it was very impulsive. It wasn't well thought out. And he exposed his hands to Ghazi at Empire Record by telling them he wanted in and he wanted half. He wanted to at least be a partner. Nobody would ever be able to say that he's not independent or he's not a boss again, because he would at least be a partner with his distribution. It's getting deep and it's getting wicked. Again, I'm here to refresh your mind. I'm here to bring you back because, like I said, all these bloggers and the American people, they forget too fast after you die. After they take you out, everybody forgets you. You just become a memory. You just become a meme. Yeah. And it's deep and it's wicked and it's always deeper than rap. Dolph wanted in on Empire Records. He wanted at least half on his own. Think about it. I'm sure they got investors. They got people that got money involved. And he wanted to buy half by himself on his own. He wanted to boss up. And when you want to boss up too fast in this business, you stepping on a lot of people's toes that don't look like you. That's not the same color as you. The people that run the industry, the people that run the music industry, especially hip hop, they don't look like us. None of them. You understand? And Dolph wanted in. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV, man. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles. And that leads me and segues me into my third angle. And that's the reaction of Ghazi and the higher ups and the elites after Dolph said he wanted half of Empire Records. I'm backtracking. I did a whole bunch of videos on Empire Death Row Records, and we just gonna refresh your memory. Now, mind you, once Dolph made that call, he exposed his hands. It's like playing spades and you just turn your cards around and let everybody see what you got in your hand. They didn't know what Dolph was working with. They didn't understand why Dolph had turned down 20-some million dollars. You understand? Everybody's trying to lock him in, not knowing he's sitting on over 100 million on the low. But you got to know the higher ups and elites, now they know his hand. They know what he playing with. They know what's in the deck for him. And they get spooked. Oh, yeah, just like Nipsey Hussle. They get scared when they feel like one of us is coming up too high on the success ladder. When they feel like one of us is getting too close to becoming a higher up in the elite because they don't know if he's been brainwashed yet. You know, Ghazi, Empire Records, their partners, the higher ups and elites don't know just how, they don't know how willing Dolph is to do the things they want Dolph to do to be on that level. Now, mind you, like I said before, you know, you might end up at one of these parties. You understand? And they'll lead you to a board meeting and see just what you're willing to do. They might send a P. Diddy your way, a Puff Daddy, and say, yeah, touch his nuts, rub his ass, see exactly what he's willing to do to be a part of Empire Records, to be partners with us. Is he willing to get on his knees? Is he willing to let one of us get on their knees? Yeah, it gets deep and it gets wicked, and it's always deeper than rap when you're dealing with the higher ups and the elites. Now, you know, Young Dolph, a Nipsey Hussle, they're the spooked by the door. If you never read that book, Spooked by the Door, read it. Amazing read. You understand? And they are the spooks by the door. Those are the guys that got close enough to hear the information, close enough to become one of the higher ups and elites, but they hadn't been broken yet. Yeah, they hadn't had the Brokeback Mountain happen to them yet. You know, and again, Ghazi, the people that look like Ghazi, all his Arabian and, you know, all these different cultures that run our culture. They started thinking and they started getting scared, and they say, listen, I don't know if we can have your Young Dolph in that position. He's not going to do what we tell him to do. He's not going to bend, break, or fold when we tell him to bend, break, and fold. He might lead these young black dudes to success. He might lead them to the promised land. And if we let one up here with us, higher ups and the elites, how many more will he lead up here that we can't bend, break, or fold? And now the plot thickens. Now the plot thickens on Young Dolph's life. Now the plot thickens on Young Dolph's situation. And he doesn't even see it coming. He doesn't even see it coming because, again, he's been doing business on the low with the higher ups and the elites. And he's been doing business with them for so long, he thinks that they're friends. He thinks that he can expose his hand to them and they're willingly going to let him in. Not understanding that they will blow your brains out before they let you in. They'll set up a whole trap for you to fall in. They'll set up a death trap for you to fall in before they let you get to those hundreds, 200s, 300, 400 M's. And you ain't been Brokeback Mountain yet. Yeah. How you think Puff Daddy got to $1 billion? You know, it's rumors of him, Andre Harrell. Yeah, he was giving face. Yeah, that's a whole nother video. But that's the things you got to do. You got to give face to Andre Harrell to get the secrets, to be able to climb that ladder to the higher ups and the elites. Now, you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV, man. We coming from multiple different angles. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And listen, that leads me and segues me into my fourth and final angle. My fourth and final angle. And that's the assassination of Young Dolph. Again, that is the assassination of Young Dolph. Now, mind you, he done already exposed his hand to the higher ups and the elites. That's Ghazi and Empire Death Row Records. He done already told him he won't in, he won't have. He got over 100 M's to play with. Just throw him a number, send it to his accountant, send it to his manager, and let's do business. He'll get his lawyer to look over it, and we can line it up. We can put the ink on the paper and let it dry. He done already told him, it ain't no options. I don't want to do no more business unless I'm a partner, unless I own some of this, at least half of it. Yeah, and the higher ups and the elites, they begin to start plotting. They will start turning, just like Nip Hussle, just like Malcolm X, just like Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, all the kings, all the elites, they will start turning, and they start saying, how can we line him up? We got to take him out. Now, mind you, when you do business with Empire, Death Row Records, or any of these distribution companies, these record labels, once you start making a certain amount of money for them, they get policies taken out on you. It's in the contracts for them to have a life insurance policy or some kind of business policy on your life, because you have become an investment on them and you have become an asset to the company. And once you become an investment and an asset to the company, if something happens to you, they have to be paid out. Yeah, they have to be paid out. Now, mind you, we can X out the streams. We can X out the CDs or whatever is going on, the touring. When you cash in on one of these life insurance policies on a big dog like Young Dolph, we talk about 60, 70, 80 million at the least. 60, 70, 80 million at the least. So now they start plotting. And when you get too friendly with the higher ups and elites, your guard is let down. You done exposed your hand, Young Dolph. And now they saying, instead of letting Dolph become a partner, let's X him out and cash in on the policies we got out on him. Yeah, it gets deep. It gets wicked. And it's always deeper than rap. This has nothing to do with rap. It's always deeper than rap. So now the wheels are turning. And like I said before, whenever it's black on black crime, whenever it's gang violence, or whenever it's suicide, it easily gets swept under the table. That's how people forget so easy. Nobody celebrates you anymore. First, everybody's hurt. Like I said, with chaos comes order. After the chaos and the order in between, you got the, you got the circus and you got the calm. You got the circus, then you got the calm, and we are in the calm. That's why nobody talks about Dolph or Nip Hussle anymore, but I'm going to keep it going. It is what it is. This is grown man business, TV. Now, mind you, they plotting on Dolph now. They saying, how can we X him out? Let's drop the bag. Let's drop the bag. Let's throw gasoline on the fire of Young Dolph and Yo Gotti's beef, because they're beefing. You know how black people do when they're beefing, they kill each other. Somebody has to kill, somebody has to die when black men are beefing. And he's beefing with Yo Gotti. And they're in the same city. Oh, easy play, easy lineup. Easy play and an easy lineup. And that's how a Young Dolph, a king like Young Dolph, gets murdered, assassinated, getting cookies for his mama. Somewhere he'd never think he'd be ran down on, caught with his pants down. Yeah, because the higher ups and the elites, they drop a bag up top. And that bag be so good that it sprinkles down all the way to a straight drop. Or it sprinkles down all the way to a Eric Holder, to a shitty cuz. And they become pawns. They become the Judas that stabs the king in the back. Again, they become the Judas that stabs the king in the back, and the play was set in motion. Yeah, the play was set in motion. And here we are. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? You got the beef with Yo Gotti and Dolph. It's getting heated in the city. It's getting intense. And then you have two broke bums that own nothing, that would never have any interactions with a boss like Young Dolph. Run down on him with an AR pistol and a Draco and take him out. 22 bullets. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you know how they like to do with numbers, the higher ups and the elites. He was hit 22 times in the year 2022. Think about that. Young Dolph was hit 22 times in the year 2022. You think that's a coincidence? Like I said, nothing falls under coincidence. And that's how they lined them up. You understand what I'm saying? Amongst other artists. If you go back into the archives, you'll see videos I have of them exposing Empire, Death Row Records, of getting rid of other artists as well. Because either they're going to line you up, or they already know you a crash dummy, and soon you will crash out. And they can cash in. When you crash out, they cash in. It is what it is, man. R.I.P. to the king, to the legend, Young Dolph. One of our fellow kings, one of our fellow legends, Young Dolph, R.I.P. my G. I'm not gonna stop talking about you or Nip. It is what it is. So you already know what time it is. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut. No extras, no preservatives. You know what I'm saying? We not sugarcoat nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. Empire Records, we giving it to you straight raw. Straight raw. And I just broke down the plays that led to a king being assassinated in broad daylight, buying cookies for his mama. And it is what it is. So look, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in.